Hare Krishna. We continue reading from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 9, the most confidential knowledge, text 3. Ashraddha dhana purusha dharma yasya parantapa aprapya mam nivartante mrityu samsara vartamani. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Those who are not faithful in this devotional service cannot attain me, O conqueror of enemies. Therefore, they return to the path of birth and death in this material world. The faithless cannot accomplish this process of devotional service. That is the purport of this verse. Faith. Krishna is speaking about faith. Having faith in the process of devotional service. Krishna is saying, if we don't have faith in devotional service, we will come back to this material world, to be born again to die, to be born and again to die. If we can simply have faith that by engaging in devotional service, I don't need to come back to the material world. I can go back home, back to Godhead. We will go back home, back to Godhead. We simply have to have faith in the words of Krishna. We put our faith in so many things, in so many people. And Krishna, He is the greatest of all. He's the highest authority. He's the supreme person. So we need to have faith in Him, in His words, in the Bhagavad Gita. He's saying, have faith in devotional service. We may not be able to perform pure devotional service, but if we simply have faith that by performing pure devotional service, I will go back home, back to Godhead, then that will bring us back home, back to Godhead. So faith, how is it created? It's created by association with devotees. Because the devotees have faith, then when we associate with such devotees who have firm faith, we also get faith. Association is like a crystal. It takes on the color of the association, the people we associate with. We associate with people who like to gamble. After some time, we will become gamblers. We associate with the devotees who have firm faith in Krishna. We will also get this faith. Unfortunate people, even after hearing all the evidence of Vedic literature from great personalities, still have no faith in God. They are hesitant and cannot stay fixed in the devotional service of the Lord. Thus, faith is a most important factor for progress in Krishna consciousness. So we can pray to Krishna to give us this faith. We can associate with the devotees who have the faith. And how do we know if the devotee has this faith? By how he acts, by what is he speaking. And then we will get the faith. In the Caitaniya Caritamta, it is said that faith is a complete conviction that simply by serving the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, one can achieve all perfection. That is called real faith. So Caitaniya Caritamta is telling us what is faith. That simply by engaging in devotional service, I simply serve Krishna, and that is the perfection. I don't need anything else. We simply need faith in this. This is the real faith. Why? Because every soul, we are souls, we are not the body. Each and every one of us, our original position is to serve Krishna. We have forgotten it because we have been in this material world for a very long time. But if we can simply have faith in this, means we have gotten all perfection. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 31, Text 14, Yatha tarur mula nishechanena tripyanti tatskanda bhujopashakhaha pranopahara yathendriyanam tatheva swaharanam achyutitejya. By giving water to the root of a tree, one satisfies its branches, twigs, and leaves. And by supplying food to the stomach, one satisfies all the senses of the body. Now, when we eat food, we put the food in the mouth. From the mouth, it goes to the stomach. Then the food gets digested, and then the energy is there in the entire body. The energy is, the entire body gets energetic. We don't put food separately to the hand, also that the hand can work well. Let me apply some nice hummus to my hands, or some nice cream to, eating cream to my legs or something. No, we simply put it in the mouth, and all the senses are satisfied, because through the mouth it goes into the stomach. Similarly, if any of us who do gardening or who have a plant, when we want to water that plant, we put water on the root. Why? Because when we put the water on the root of the plant, the entire plant gets the water. The entire plant looks healthy and, fresh. All the twigs, the branches, the leaves, the flowers, they all look so nice and fresh. We don't individually water each and every leaf. We don't need to. Similarly, by engaging in the transcendental service of the Supreme Lord, one automatically satisfies all the demigods and all other living entities. So we simply need to engage in devotional service. We like to serve. That is the nature of the soul. We like to serve. When we serve, we feel happy. So we are trying to serve someone and someone and someone. But when we are serving someone, at the same time, we may dissatisfy someone else. But if we can simply serve Krishna, everyone will be satisfied with us, including the demigods and all the living entities of the world. Krishna is the Paramatma in everyone's heart. When we are serving Krishna, automatically everyone feels satisfied with us, because we are serving Krishna, the Supreme Lord. Therefore, after reading Bhagavad Gita, one should promptly come to the conclusion of the Bhagavad Gita. One should give up all other engagements and adopt the service of the Supreme Lord Krishna, the personality of Godhead. If one is convinced of this philosophy of life, that is faith. So what is faith? Faith, the complete conviction that I serve Krishna, and that is perfection. I simply need to serve Krishna for the pleasure of Krishna. So someone will say, okay, I'm going to serve Krishna, so I'm going to go give up my family. I heard I simply have to serve Krishna, and then so I'm going to go give up my family, and whole day I'll just take up my beads and start chanting. But that is not necessarily pleasing Krishna, because Krishna himself says to Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita that you perform your duty with your mind attached to me. Always think of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me. This is how we can serve Krishna, by hearing his name, by chanting his name, by serving him. This is how we can serve him, by remembering him, by worshipping his deity. We may hear something and then imagine it in a different way. But that is not what Krishna is saying. Krishna does not tell us abandon our duties. No, he says you do your duty for my satisfaction. Do it for my pleasure. Do it in such a way that I will be pleased with you. That is what we need to do. And so the more we hear and chant, then the more we will be able to please Krishna. The more we hear from the scriptures, the more we will understand how we can please Krishna. The spiritual master guides us how we can please Krishna. And that is the goal of life. Prema Pumartho Mahan. Service to the Supreme Lord Krishna. That is the perfection of life. And this is faith. Is that okay? This is a little longer. Let's stop here. Okay, let's continue. Now the development of that faith is the process of Krishna consciousness. There are three divisions of Krishna conscious men. In the third class are those who have no faith. Even if they are officially engaged in devotional service, they cannot achieve the highest perfectional stage. Most probably, they will slip after some time. They may become engaged, but because they haven't complete conviction and faith, it is very difficult for them to continue in Krishna consciousness. So Prabhupada is telling us about the degrees of the faith. Prabhupada is saying someone may be a devotee. He may be Krishna conscious, but because his faith is not very strong, so he may not be able to continue with his Krishna consciousness. We have practical experience in discharging a missionary activity, that some people come and apply themselves to Krishna consciousness with some hidden motive. And as soon as they're economically a little well situated, they give up this process and take to their old ways again. So, Krishna says 4 kinds of people come to me. Those who are in distress, 4 kinds of pious people. The piety also has to be there. In distress, seeker of wealth, inquisitive, and in knowledge. So somebody may come to Krishna with either of these desires. And after the desire is fulfilled, they'll say, bye-bye, Krishna. My desire is fulfilled, so I'm going. So the faith is very weak. It's weak. And that's the reason they go away. It is only by faith that one can advance in Krishna consciousness. As far as the development of faith is concerned, one who is well versed in the literatures of devotional service and has attained the stage of firm faith is called a first-class person in Krishna consciousness. So that's the reason we need to continue to hear from the devotees, continue to read Srila Prabhupada's books so that this faith, we have a slight faith, slight faith, Shraddha. But we need to come to Nishtha, firm faith. How? By associating with the devotees who have the firm faith and by regularly hearing from Srila Prabhupada's books, reading Srila Prabhupada's books, by chanting the holy name. So firm faith is called first-class person in Krishna consciousness. He has that Nishtha. And the second class are those who are not very advanced in understanding the devotional scriptures, but who automatically have firm faith that Krishna Bhakti or service to Krishna is the best course, and so in good faith have taken it up. Thus, they are superior to the third class, who have neither perfect knowledge of the scriptures nor good faith, but by association and simplicity are trying to follow. So the third class, the faith is very weak, and when our faith is very weak and we do not have much knowledge of the scriptures, we are the beginner devotees, we are the neophyte devotees, the Kanishta Adhikari, the Madhyam Adhikari, one who has firm faith in Krishna. He knows I will follow Krishna consciousness and this is my perfection, but his knowledge of the scriptures might not be he may not be very well versed. And he's called the Madhyam Adhikari, the second Madhyam Adhikari, the second degree of devotees. They are more advanced than the third class. And the first class, Uttama Adhikari, very well versed in scriptures, has understood the import of the scriptures and very firm faith. The third class person in Krishna consciousness may fall down, but when one is in the second class, he does not fall down. And for the first class person in Krishna consciousness, there is no chance of falling down. So the first class is the Uttama Adhikari. He completely knows his position. He's liberated already. He completely understood his position, and he will in no way fall down. The second class, he's not going to fall down. Why? Because he already has this firm faith in Krishna, that I simply have to engage in devotional service. But the third class person, we are like third class people. We in the sense that our faith is not very strong. We don't know much about the scriptures. And so for us, it's very easy to go away from Krishna consciousness. One in the first class will surely make progress and achieve the result at the end. As far as the third-class person in Krishna consciousness is concerned, although he has faith in the conviction that devotional service to Krishna is very good, he has not yet gained adequate knowledge of Krishna through the scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. And so that's why we need to continuously hear from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita so that the faith can become strengthened, so that our faith in Krishna can become strengthened. Sometimes these third-class persons in Krishna consciousness have some tendency towards karma yoga and jnana yoga, and sometimes they're disturbed. But as soon as the infection of karma yoga or jnana yoga is vanquished, they become second-class or first-class persons in Krishna consciousness. So we may be third-class. That's all right. We continue hearing and chanting, continue engaging in devotional service. Gradually, everything will happen. Gradually, we will come to the second class. Gradually, we will come to the first class. Faith in Krishna. But the thing is, we just continue to hear and chant. Continue to hear and chant regularly. Faith in Krishna is also divided into 3 stages and described in Srimad Bhagavatam. First-class attachment, second-class attachment, and third-class attachment are also explained in Srimad Bhagavatam in the 11th canto. Those who have no faith, even after hearing about Krishna and the excellence of devotional service, who think that it is simply eulogy and find the path very difficult, even if they are supposedly engaged in devotional service. For them, there is very little hope of gaining perfection. Thus, faith is very important in the discharge of devotional service. So we may not have this faith, but we continue hearing and chanting. We continue to hear from Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. We continue to chant the Hare Krishna mantra. We continue to associate with the pure devotees, and our faith will get strengthened. We will come to the point of firm conviction that simply by pleasing Krishna, that is the perfection, that I have reached the goal now. Just as by watering the root of the tree, the entire tree gets nourished, or simply by eating food going to the stomach, the entire body gets nourished. Is that okay?
Yes, it is okay. Okay, but I have one question. When we suffer, if something happened very bad, or you lost someone you love very much, that time, even I'm not telling about pure devotee, you are a devotee, you are chanting every day, you are doing everything to please Krishna, but in that situation, you displace because you have doubt, oh, I am doing everything, but I am not getting, Krishna is not taking care about me also. So how to remove this what we say, unfaithfulness, how to remove this?
So what happens when we fall down? We simply get up. Yeah, yes. We simply dust ourselves and we continue walking. Say we are walking, we trip, we fall down, we simply get up, dust ourselves, and we continue walking, right? So there are certain instances in our life in which we will have doubts, we may have, some certain setback, but we continue hearing and chanting. Just continue hearing and chanting, continue to associate with devotees, and it will come back. We continue walking, engaging in devotional service. The setbacks come, but we continue. And then when we continue, the faith gets even stronger. We come back with renewed energy. It's okay if the doubts come, it's okay because, we have after all forgotten Krishna for millions of births. And we cannot expect that, these setbacks might not come to us. No, they do come. They do come, but we continue to hear and chant. Is that okay?
Actually, we have desire. Like we have desire. Like everything will be okay. Nothing going to be wrong with us or our family or our whom we ever love. We don't want anything happen bad with them, right? So we have desire. Still, we have desire because it is human behavior. Even you are chanting, you are doing like offering bhoga every time whenever you are going to prepare for yourself. But there is some desire, like you are doing these all things, and for that you have something inside your heart, like you are asking something to Krishna to do. So this is not like I don't have words, but I think you understand what I'm trying to say. So how we, yeah. So how we do it is
Srimad
perfect.
So Bhagavatam says that we may be full of material desires, we have no material desires, or we may be wanting to desire liberation, mukti. No matter what, just continue to hear Srimad Bhagavatam. You continue to hear Bhagavatam, continue to chant the holy name, everything will follow. Of course, we have a lot of material desires. We have been in this material world for a very long time. Of course, we have a lot of attachment, a lot of expectations. Don't let those things bother you. It is natural to have them. Just continue to hear and chant. Continue. Keep hearing, keep chanting, and everything will happen. Gradually, we will see that the material desires will fade away. We cannot expect it to happen immediately. We may say, I'm chanting since 1 year, still I'm full of desires. It's a gradual process, gradual. But we also have to attempt to chant offenselessly. Try to hear when we are chanting. The quality of chanting is important. So we try to hear when we chant.
Yes, and yes. Like you pronounce helpful. Whatever you pronounce, you must have to go to your ear, right? You must have to listen what you are chanting.
Yes. So try to do that. And that helps a lot. Hearing and chanting. Just continue to hear and chant. And all the doubts, the desires, the passion, the ignorance, the lust, everything will go away. That's what Bhagavatam says. And Bhagavatam says we will understand the science of Krishna because it is a science. There's knowledge, apply the knowledge, and we will see the result.
Yes, like input processing and then output, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So we will see the result. And we can compare ourselves, how we were before hearing and chanting and how we are now. And we need to see that there is improvement in us. If no, then we have to try to, see where am I going wrong? I need to do something differently. But if we see a result, means the process works. If we are seeing the change, it's a gradual process. So, but we will see a change when we are hearing and chanting.
Thank you.
Regularly. Regular hearing and chanting. Yes.
Thank you.
So don't give up hope. Don't give up just Asha Bandha. Avishya Rakshibe Krishna. Krishna will surely protect me. I just simply continue, engage in devotional service. Krishna will surely protect me. That Asha Bandha. Hope against hope, that I will get the mercy of Krishna.
Yes, like you must have to have faith upon Krishna for everything, whatever going wrong or right?
Yes.
Everything is going as per his choice, and what he has chosen for us, it will be every time correct, right?
Yes. Yes. So how can we get that strength? Continue to hear and chant. continue to associate with devotees. Is that okay?
Yes, thank you.
Because in practical life, practical material life, whatever we need to do, we need to do. You know, those things we need to, because it's, after all, we are inside the body. The truth is, we are inside the body. So on the material bodily platform, whatever needs to be done, that needs to be done. But we continue hearing and chanting.
Chanting. Yes. Like this is the medicine for every problem.
Yes. Yes.
Yes.
This medicine is given to us by Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself. He's the doctor. Yes. He's given us the prescription. He's given us the diagnosis. He's given us the treatment. We simply have to take the treatment.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bhagavad Gita ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna. Thank you so much for listening in and joining in today.